What's up, y'all? It's your boy Alex Thomas. Hanging out at my foundation dinner. It's the Alex Thomas Foundation, and my foundation benefits pediatric cancer. A lot of people don't know that one of the #1 killers in America of children under 15 is cancer. So it touched my life, and I don't know if cancer has touched your life or people that you know, friends, family. I decided to join the fight, you know. Yeah, you all know me as this little silly funny dude, TV and movies and all that kind of stuff, but I like to show that side of me, to show that, I have a heart, and I decided to join this fight. So whoever you are, if you want to join the fight and try to see what we're doing, you can go to alexthomasfoundation.net, and you'll see what we're doing to fight against this terrible disease. What have I been up to? Man, I've been up to a whole lot. Outside of the Alex Thomas Foundation and fighting and doing the best I can to help with this disease. Like I said earlier, our foundation is going around working with different doctors. We worked with the City of Hope, the Brzezinski Clinic, and we're just doing the best we can to bring awareness and also, help with this disease in any kind of way we can. It's power in numbers. All you got to do is just spread the word, open my mouth. The same way I tell jokes, I just kind of make sure that that's something I let people know so they can see that side of me, If you're wondering what I've been doing as far as stand-up comedy and acting and stuff like that, just been working, man. I've been doing a lot of cartoons. I was on the Family Guy the last couple years, did a few episodes of the Cleveland Show. I did almost 91 colleges in the last year and a half. So I've been to every school damn near in America. So that's been something that's been keeping me busy also outside of the Alex Thomas Foundation. So it's been a beautiful thing, man. It's been amazing. Like this is our second year doing the golf tournament. This is the second year doing the benefit dinner, and it's just amazing how I kind of kept that to myself. That's something I really didn't talk about a lot over the years of how cancer has touched my life. But man, when I opened up and I let people know, it's amazing how many other people, they're like, man, my aunt had breast cancer, or my mom died of breast cancer, or family members. It's amazing when people see people that they can relate to, they open up also, For the last couple of years, I host a lot of NFL, NBA, a lot of pro athletes do their weekends, and they also do their foundations. And I was like, man, I want to do a foundation also, but I just wasn't quite sure exactly what it was that we were going to focus on. And when cancer hit my life, it was a no-brainer. So we just really looking out and trying to make a difference, It was fun doing a lot of colleges. It's the colleges really, as cliche as it may sound, it's the future, man. All these young kids, I know they're gonna follow me for years to come. So many, I get a lot of pro athletes that have been in the league 2 or 3 years, and they're like, man, you came to my college during my junior year, my senior year. I followed you ever since. Man, we appreciate you. You're funny. You're still in the game. I guess I'm a veteran in the game now. This is my 20-year anniversary of doing stand-up comedy, movies, and film. God's blessed me to do something I love to do. There's nothing like getting paid for what you love to do, because I know there's a lot of people out there right now that hate their jobs. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a beautiful thing, man. I just get to act a fool and get paid for it. Like I said it earlier, I lost a family member, one of my aunts, who was near and dear to me and my family, and it seemed like it just happened so fast. It seemed like, she was okay one day, and the next thing you know, she had cancer, and within 6 months, she was gone. So that really touched us also. We just figured, how can we help? How can we do anything? How can we just lend a hand? Because it's inevitable. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. You could pray, and we prayed, but when it's time to go, it's time to go. And it happened. It was unfortunate, but her legacy still lives. You know what I mean? That was my Auntie Joyce. And we just said, we're just going to do our best to fight against this disease. And like I said, whether it's a family member of yours, whether it's a child, you can help. whether it's $5, $10. If you just want to come spread the word, if you want to come to any of our events throughout the year, if you don't golf, you can still come out to the golf tournament next year. You could support, you could donate, however you feel you can help. You can go to my website, alexthomasfoundation.net, and you could donate. You know, you could read up on what we're doing, the movement we're doing with pediatric cancer in itself. So, you know, just kind of read up on it. You know, take a little time out your day and find out what we're doing. You know, we're doing some good things at the Alex Thomas Foundation. So we've been able to help some people. You know, we had to crawl before we walk. You know what I mean? But it's getting bigger and better every year. So we're really happy about it. And I have a great staff. I have great family members and people that are really helping out, because couldn't do this by myself. There's no way. So I always thank, you know, my cousin Dion, Reed, and Jeff Taylor, the guys who run my foundation. And, you know, it's a beautiful thing. So yeah, a lot of people ask me who are some of the most interesting people I ever worked with in my 20 years of doing stand-up and movies. I've just been fortunate, man. I'm a student of this game. You know what I mean? I can honestly say, and I can tell my grandkids when they ever come around, that I learned from some of the greatest. You know, I was very fortunate. I got my start as a writer on one of the biggest sitcoms in the history of TV, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I was at The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air for 3 seasons, 93 to 97. Will Smith's a great friend of mine, and he just kind of threw me into the writer's pit. You know what I mean? I was just an amateur comic going up at the Laugh Factory one night, you know, and it's a quick, funny story. I had never met Will Smith. I went on that night. I'd only been doing comedy maybe 6 months. I had about $11 in my pocket. I caught the bus up to the Laugh Factory that night, and I went on amateur night. He was in the front row of the Laugh Factory. I got off stage. He was like, "Yo, man, you are hysterical, man. My name is..." I was like, "I know who you are." I said, "My name is Alex Thomas." He was like, "Man, you are so funny, man. I always wanted to do stand-up." He goes, "Do you write your own stuff?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, you know, I got this show, man." I was like, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, because it had only been on like a year at the time. He was like, "Man, you think you could come down and help us with some funny stuff?" And I was like, "Hell yeah." He goes, "So when do you think you can come down?" I was like, "Brother, I will leave right now." And the rest was history. I was there the next day. I was there for 4 years. We became great friends, and that's how I got into the game. As far as that was my first check in the game, and that was my first real learning experience. So I always thank Will Smith for that. So I learned a lot from him. People always tell me, "Say, you're the reason Will Smith's funny." I'm like, "No, I can't take that credit. He's always a very funny guy. I just enhanced what he was doing." It's like a sports coach. It's like Phil Jackson, anybody that knows sports. He didn't make Michael Jordan who he was. He didn't make Kobe Bryant who he was. He just made him a better guy because he was a great coach. That's what I was at the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I was the dude throwing out the jokes. I was the dude throwing out, you know, different great story ideas and just helping enhance what they had already done. Next great guy that I worked with was Mr. Jamie Foxx. You know, I learned a lot from him, being around him for years, being on his TV show, the Jamie Foxx Show. I was on that for a few seasons. And just, you know, when you're a student of the game and you learn from some of the greats, you just kind of pick up and you just have to listen. You have to learn that timing. You got to learn. I'm pretty sure Scottie Pippen learned a lot from Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure, take somebody like, Kobe Bryant. You know, I know him and, no matter if him or Shaq didn't get along, they learned from each other. You know what I mean? So it was the same thing, being on the Jamie Foxx Show for years. I learned a lot from Eddie Murphy. Being around Eddie Murphy for years, he was, my idol. I would have never in a billion years thought the dude I grew up watching TV and watching all his shows, I'd end up being friends with him. You know, Eddie's just, he's kind of like the guru, other than, of course, Richard Pryor, who was the greatest of all time. But Eddie Murphy was second. And I got to be, great friends with him and learn a lot from him, because he liked, young comics that he could kind of help out. So he always helped me out also. But those guys right there, those were kind of my inspirations. Ice Cube and I have a lot in common because we're both from South Central LA. We came from nothing and made something happen. You know what I mean? Of course, he's took it to the next level beyond the clouds. You know, this dude went from a Jerry Curl gangbanger to probably one of the richest brothers out there in this business. You know, he's got franchises. You know what I mean? So I learned a lot from Cube. We did Players Club together. People would always ask, you know, is he gonna do a Players Club too? Is he gonna do another movie? You know, we never knew. You know what I mean? We never know if it'll come back around, but it was great and I learned a lot from him. But if they ever do, Cube, hit your boy up. I'll do Players Club too. You know what I'm saying? So, hey man, now I'm just trying to help some of these young comics out. You know what I mean? Best way I can. My advice to a lot of young comics, write. Write. Be yourself. Don't try to be like anybody else. Stand-up comedy, it's not like music. It's not like rapping. You know, you emulate your favorite guy, you do his style, then you find your own style. No, it's not like that. In our business, first of all, if you're not funny or if you don't have it in you, you'll find out real quick. Because stand-up comedy is no joke. When you get up on that stage and you by yourself, you will find out truly if you're funny or not. You're either going to get booed off the stage or you're going to want to commit suicide after a set. So, if you really think you can do it, get on that mic, get on all open mics. I'm telling you, when I first started, wherever there was a mic, I don't care if it was a pool party or a funeral, I was telling jokes somehow to just uplift people. You know what I mean? So wherever there's people, where there's a stage, get on it, because that's the only way you can find out if it's true funny. But the key is right. Be yourself. Write your own stuff. Don't try to be nobody else.